Say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, item number 4, district update with Dr. Roberts.
Well, thank you all for being here, and I would like to take this opportunity to, number one, recognize you as a school board, and also bring up that January is School Board Appreciation Month. So we'll read into proclamation, the proclamation from our former governor who signed this on 2 days ago before he signed this on the 12th of November in preparation. So whereas our education is paramount importance to the future of the state of Arkansas and the nation, with over 480,000 children attending more than 1,100 public and charter schools in Arkansas. And the mission of public schools is to meet the diverse educational needs of all children and help each student become a productive citizen, contributing to the democratic society. And local school members must be committed to the success of our children as they work to ensure that every child thrives with educational programs tailored to meet his or her individual needs. And whereas Arkansas school board members contribute countless hours to fulfilling their roles and responsibilities in setting the mission for their districts, establishing and enforcing policies, overseeing school district finances to ensure alignment with academic and facility needs and goals, hiring and evaluating superintendents, and approving the selection of curricula to make certain that students are offered and taught required courses of study. And school board members are required to participate in annual training to enhance their knowledge and skills to better serve their students and communities. And the hundreds of local school board members in Arkansas receive no compensation for the time and effort they contribute on behalf of their schools. Now, I, Asa Hutchinson, Governor of the state of Arkansas, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the laws of the state of Arkansas, do proclaim January 2023 as Arkansas School Board Recognition Month across the state. And I encourage my fellow citizens to honor and support school board members throughout Arkansas for their significant contributions to our children's future. So in our gratitude and appreciation for your service, we have something to give to you. Oh. And one of which is a coupon to come and eat in our cafeterias for free.
Oh, cool.
So if I can get a picture of you, and we have other members holding up your. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. And then one more thing we'd like to do is, as we begin to kick off School Choice Week, which starts in 2 weeks, what we'd like to do is honor why we are proud of that we have school choice. The Arkansas Arts Academy is a school of choice. We are an open enrollment K-12 district that allows students from all of our area to come and join us. So as you, and we've got some of our staff members will come up and stand and celebrate school choice. So you have a scarf and you have a sticker, and we'll use your photograph as we kick off the week of school choice.
Put your scarf on.
Yes.
We'll look good against my green. Yellow is my favorite color. Perfect.
So we'll hold up your sign of why you feel you love our school. You're going to have to, some of you are going to have to get Jamie, you and Amy, and maybe swap.
Are you calling us short, Dr.
No, I'm not at all.
Be in the front.
So we put Amy and I in the front.
I don't know if this
Hold Adrian like across your chest.
Okay. We are celebrating school choice, so thank you for all the ways that you love our school. Thank you. Thank you. And we will hang your signs up. Are you going to collect? Yes, I will collect them, and thank you so much for all that you do. board updates are, we are getting closer to a calendar vote. Since we don't have a quorum tonight, we will put this on the February
I have my glasses.
agenda.
What has our survey?
So our survey has, I've got the stats on that, but our survey is leading to option 2 with the same time frame, with the starting at 8 for elementary and 8:30 for high school.
Do we, since we have to wait to approve it, should we push out the survey one more time?
Sure. It's open and
Give it a
I'll
shot.
resend it out. We've got about 380 or so responses. And then what we're waiting on right now is the option 2 has the start date of the 17th. And currently Arkansas law is that all schools start on the 21st if we are not on a year round. However, I know it's part of a legislative bill that's being submitted, so if the legislators address that, then we can change that. And it doesn't have to be final until our cycle 7, which is June. But parents want a solidified vote. Everything would remain the same other than that date of the 17th versus the 21st. I will say that there have been some parent suggestions that we eliminate our intercession. So we can continue to discuss that next year, but also we've got a strong contingency of parents that appreciate that intercession, as well as our arts teachers appreciate having the opportunity to provide those additional programming, because that's one of the elements that makes us slightly unique.
Has there been conversation about just making the intercession shorter?
Well, no, but I mean, that is an option to reduce it from 5 to 3 or whatever, but
I think it
these,
would let people take a little vacation, which is one of the reasons, so we can go on vacation on our
yes,
off-peak vacation seasons.
we can explore that next year, but I think it will take longer than just now to really evaluate it.
What happens if the 17th isn't approved? Where do those extra days come from?
So
The end?
if we can't, if we have to bump it down to the 21st, we would just move dates end. Another part of option 2, which is the popular vote by 63%, is the fact that we will have parent-teacher conferences on a day where kids will not be in session. So then that will give teachers the ability to, within a 12-hour period, however they want to calendar their time, and allow parents to have some opportunities to come in person, either during the day or after school or Zoom or whatever, but that will give teachers more flexibility, more time. So I will put this on the agenda for next month when we have a quorum and we can make a vote, and I will push out the survey again. And the assessment comparison, you have a document that looks with some graph on it. And this is from our recent report card. For those of you, it's green with black columns. It's this if you haven't. This is just a sort of a general analysis of where our 3rd through 10th grade are score-wise. The green is where we've made growth from last year. The red is where we've gotten behind. And you can see, so we're working with this information as well as iReady data to move towards when we do our strategic plan. So I have a committee now that's been established of teachers from both campuses. We're coming together to create a strategic academic plan. We'll use this data as one of the data points to help triangulate exactly what we need to do to achieve. A lot of areas of success to celebrate, especially with.
I think it's important to point out, like, only one of the measures is comparison, but if the state average, I mean,
Yes.
we're almost twice the state average in
Yes.
several categories.
And really, I mean, our teachers are doing an extraordinary job coming out of COVID.
That's a huge win.
So I'm proud of the work that we're doing and we will continue to do. And so that is an initial analysis of the My Report Card that's been published. And that is all I have.
Alrighty. 4.1, we got Teacher of the Month. Is Bethany Usery here?
She's not here. She
Okay.
had other commitments
She
tonight.
is our EMS.
Do you want to, David, just come up and just mention Bethany and then you
Yeah.
can take her certificate?
I sure will. Bethany. So, here is our librarian,
Yeah.
media service person. She's done a great job. She was a wonderful book fair and just bringing in the community and reaching out. At our last parent night, she was able to get Rogers library people in to get some of our kiddos a library card from the Rogers Library. And I don't know all of the details of this quite yet, but all of our books, if not already, will be ebooks at our library. Is that right?
We'll be able to access the Arkansas digital library.
Right.
Wonderful.
Through.
Can you make sure she gets that, Mr.
Yes.
Skelton?
I sure
Appreciate
will.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and then for high school, Amy, help me out with the last name.
Gia Drone.
Deidre, not even close to what I was gonna say.
She also was not able to join tonight for some health issues, but she is one of our English teachers. She does 7th and 8th grade. The reason she was nominated is she's a culture person. In just speaking with other teachers, her name always comes up as somebody that's spreading positivity, lightheartedness. The kids love her. She kind of has that mom feel, I like to say, or, Aunt G, kind of like that. And so she has just been a positive attitude, a positive person to see in the hall, looking out for other teachers, let alone doing great things in the classroom. So that's why she was nominated for the high school.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you.
If you could pass that on to her for us, thank you so
Thank you.
much. All right, 4.2, Arts Integration, Amy and Aaron.
Presentation.
We may have technical difficulties for another.
For the umpteenth time. What do you maybe just want to tell us about it? I can see it on my computer.
Can you?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, you have it right there?
I have
Okay.
it on.
Good thing I have my glasses.
I'm the one that
Yeah.
didn't.
Okay, so
Over her shoulder.
we're continuing on with our after-school programs, and we have Novel Creative Movement. They're still going, which is in the K through 6 campus. And Joy Price's after-school classes are full, but you never know, there might be an opening. So if you have a child that's interested, they should just reach out to Joy Price. I'm teaching ballet classes for free on Thursdays for 5th and 6th graders to get them ready to come up to the high school campuses. And Ozark Ballet Theater teaches classes on Monday and Fridays, and they're also going to do a production of Snow White that's open to our students and the public. They also had I believe 12 of Arkansas Arts Academy students perform in their Nutcracker, and most of Arkansas Arts Academy takes with Ozark Ballet Theater for free, so they scholarship a lot of our students. CC Benson still offers hip hop and jazz fusion on both campuses after school, and Mark Shields guitar classes are going really popular. And then we also have a theater teacher named Jules Taylor, and she works with Arts Live, and she has increased her enrollment in her theater classes. They're very popular. And Heidi Allsdorf from the elementary comes over and does an adult dance class, but also for 16 and up with contemporary dance theater, which is really exciting. She's still an active artist in the community. Then we have some upcoming events. We are having an open house on January 17th and 18th. We've had lots of sign up for prospective students. We've already had, I believe, 46 people sign up for the elementary open house. And I think The number is 24 for the high school. So that's a lot of interest from the community. We're going to give tours and we're going to have an information session about core classes in the arts programming here. Next, go ahead.
We reached out to Rooted about that.
Yes, we have.
So we have
Yes.
that.
And
Do
we
we
will have a
have translators?
translator.
Thank you.
Yes, on staff. So Ty Stephenson is working with us on
Perfect,
that.
thank you.
And then on Friday, January 20th is a 7th grade Will showing that opens up at 5:15 for the art show. And then the piano recital will be at 5:30. And then all of the other arts like guitar, percussion, dance, theater the performance will be in the PAC. Joy Abernathy is taking 4 students to the all-state choir auditions. And we have a 5th and 12th grade dance production this year. And since it's Black History Month, we're going to talk about, it's going to be almost a history lesson of African dance and how it's influenced our culture. And then we have a barbershop masterclass. And then we've rescheduled the Veterans Assembly for February 13th because we had to cancel due to illness. So we thought it was important to have it again, so that you're invited to that, please come. All right, and then we love this organization. The teachers love this organization. It's called Creative Generation. And they came in and they worked with our teachers and talked about community partnership, but they also talked a lot about health and wellness and your creative code and how to work together with people who have different talents. The PD this year, we had a lot of feedback from teachers that it's the best PD that they've ever experienced. So it was really exciting. And then Erin's gonna take over and share some more. Right?
I think so.
Okay.
We'll see. I think I'll just kind of slide this, if that will work. And then you just abandoned me.
Oh, do you
Thank
need
you.
me to stay
That's all
here?
right. Well, it was kind of some
Moral
work, but that's all right.
seniority.
That's just fine. No,
You can do it,
you-
Aaron.
Thank you. So as a part of this professional development that we had prior to that, Amy and I were asked to kind of come together to then work with kind of the teachers to have kind of professional development. So that's kind of what we had, a few kind of fun opportunities there. To kind of have this opportunity for the teachers to, after a long break, come in and just create and breathe and know why we are an art school. And it was pretty, did I do something, I'm not doing something
No,
right?
I'm trying to get it on the entire screen.
I know if I just touch something, this is why my wife goes, stop touching things. So is that it? Get to the page. It's fine. I can just kind of scroll. Thank you so much.
We can
Linda.
see it.
Yeah, you can kind of see it. Here it is.
It's kind of.
So with this, we ended up having an opportunity for some team building. So we had all of the teachers here in the Commons, and Amy and I got together at the break and talked about how we could kind of work with this, how they then should work outside of their comfort zone, be with individuals they haven't worked with directly. And I would say it was pretty spectacular. So of course, we put together a few opportunities for them to, nice little bucket they were given to do a tower, to come together, create kind of a tower, and it had to be tall, it had to endure stability as well as reflect some form of aesthetics. And that was fun. Many of the teachers will say others cheated, but whatever. In addition, one of the other exercises that we did was to do this. This is pasanke. It is a type of tradition in Ukraine. We are working with Hugs from Friends, which is a nonprofit that I'll get to in just a moment, but to kind of have our school to understand a lot about Ukrainian culture, the conflict that's kind of going on, and we are going to have an event. And so it was a really wonderful opportunity for them to immerse themselves in the culture, understand how this is a little different from what we consider traditional Easter eggs, and then to have this kind of opportunity to reflect with the arts as well. That led into kind of an opportunity to talk about what we're going to be doing. And Amy, please keep me honest here and let me know everything that I'm covering or not covering. So we've talked about Hugs from Friends before. And we've had some of our classes from both the elementary, middle school, and the high school to create hugs. They have been sent to the Ukraine, as you see as in kind of the example there. And it's been very well received. And so we thought, what could we do more? So February 24th is going to mark the anniversary of the conflict. And so we are going to have an evening of peace and music and support for Ukraine. In the last months, Hugs from Friends has put us in connection with Save Ed. And so Irina, who you see there, is an individual that's worked with both Amy and I. She is in Ukraine. It's been very enlightening to have to talk with her. I can't remember, is it an 8-hour time difference?
It's an 8-hour time difference.
So whenever we have a Zoom, then she's meeting at night. And because there are so many blackouts and because she's endured bombings, like she actually apologized for not having a conversation with us because that place was no longer existed because it had been bombed. So she had to go to a friend's apartment to just be able to have this conversation with us. So there are multiple schools that have been affected by the conflict. And so this is what they have. And so we're going to kind of work with them to where we have this amazing celebration here with music, with art, with dance, all the arts, as well as community partners to activate the commons, as well as have performances. And Hugs from Friends is going to have a couple of speakers that will be here as well. We are going to try to raise some money for Save Ed for generators, because this is what these schools need. Quite a few, 34 schools receiving damage during this kind of conflict. And this is actually school number 3 of who we are assigned to and who we are working with. And this is just a couple of little examples of the students in classrooms and the settings, and they do produce artwork to then send back to us. And this is kind of some of the examples of the works that you can see kind of from art therapy perspective of what these kids have endured. So we have worked with them to kind of come up with this wonderful logo to then have this, and we're actually going to have an individual documentary filmmaker come over and capture some of these things to be able to kind of share all that happened on that particular event.
Do we have a date for that?
February 24th.
Okay.
And it will be roughly 5 to 8. However, on our last conversation with Irina, because of the time difference, we are going to have some classes at 10 a.m. Is that correct?
10 a.m.
So that as they are at the end of their school day, we'll have a live feed connection so that the kids can kind of see. So, but yes.
And we'll be sharing boxes of artwork on that same day. So they'll receive a box and our students will receive a box from Ukrainian students.
We'll open all that up. We're really, really looking forward to that. So put that on your calendar. It's going to be a really spectacular. And we have quite a few of our own local partners that'll be here in the Commons as well to have a table. And then we have a new partnership with Osage Park. I think I kind of highlighted this a little bit at the last one. And we were featuring the quiver specifically of how our archery team will now be able to go to the quiver. It's a really great opportunity for not just the quiver, but for Arkansas Arts Academy. So we have students that will not only be able to shoot at the range at the quiver, we'll be able to use this off season, which is going to help Coach Green quite a bit. And during our PD last week, we had an opportunity to have teachers to kind of go out and shoot, and that was entertaining. They were very good. This week, this Thursday, if you can, please go downtown Rogers for Art on the Bricks. Light during the darkness of winter is the theme at the Rogers Experimental House. You've already met some of the students today that are making their poems about you. Some of their work will then be featured at the Rogers Experimental House. Great image of the amazing Ann Wenzel there and what they have kind of done to transform the space down there. So I hope that you have the opportunity to go there. Gloria Spalter is another educator as well as our three-dimensional classes who were using wire sculpture based on Ruth Asawa. Great story out of Arkansas with this, during this tumultuous time in history of our own nation. So all that's going to be there here on the bricks. It's just another example of some of the artwork. And sorry, I think the last thing I need to kind of show is I mentioned 2 months ago, if you remember the Kids Tube, this is a corporation that actually make different things for infants, Baby Einstein, all these sorts of things. They asked if our students would then embellish one of their walls with a mural. And so here are some of the students and what they were kind of doing. And I'm happy to tell you it has been complete. And here is the final version of it. So pretty spectacular, and we're very, very proud of our students. So thanks to Crystal McWilliams to get those kids together and spent a lot of time outside of school and weekends to ensure this mural was taken care of for kids too. So there's a few things that we've done. Did I miss anything? All right. Questions, comments, traumas?
Good job, thanks, guys.
Great job.
Right.
All righty.
Is all this yours for you, this?
Item 4.3, high school students of the month. I do not know if any of them are here. I'm just gonna read them out, and if you're here, hop up and yell. 7th grade, Carly Watson. 8th grade, Sunny McAfee. 9th grade, Dodie. 10th grade, Chance Fitzpatrick. 11th grade, Lucas Haddock. And 12th grade, Sullivan Shaw. Thanks for being great kids. I love you. All right, 4.4 EMS update. That Mr. Skelton,
Mhm.
you talking?
I can answer some questions. We're off to a good start this well, not really the second semester even, but coming back from our winter break, we're hard at it. Had 2 good days of PD last week, and our kids showed up yesterday and ready to go.
And all went well. The building didn't explode.
No, it flooded over the break, but it didn't explode. But Ricky did a great job at coming in off, I think it was even Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And spending time up here, and Rachel and her husband were here as well. So, but anyway, just kind of everybody pitched in. But yeah, we're off to a good start. We interviewed, can I say that we interviewed Andy today?
Yes, Andy Ellis.
What's her last name?
Ellis,
Ellis.
she's a former alumna.
Yes, so she graduated from here in 17 or 18, 17. To kind of go to a halftime dance position that we'll have coming open here in about a week and a half.
You
So,
just
yeah,
getting
We
started.
have I-ready testing this week, so with our next meeting, we'll have the data coming back from, the results there. Thursday in our staff meeting, we're going to look again at how to use that data and what to do with it. Sometimes you get data overload and you really don't know what to do, but we're going to sit down with the teachers on Thursday just to give them a refresher on what they can do and then how they can use that data to drive the instruction.
Awesome.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
All right.
We have an impressive list of perfect kids perfect attendance kids, which is truly impressive in the month of December when literally everyone was sick. So I'll just point that out.
139.
Yeah.
We're not gonna make you read those.
It was a bad month for illness. Okay. 4.5 personnel changes. Looks like we hired some promising individuals.
We have some fantastic new staff coming on board. But we have some 2 paraprofessionals that replaced the 2 that resigned in early December. We have a new sped teacher that's coming on due to the transfer of Ms. Thompson to go into math. We have a fantastic new English teacher that is also a published author. And we, just as David mentioned, hire a former graduate as a part-time dance teacher at the elementary. So she'll be part-time as Heidi has decided to go part-time as well and work on her craft. We have hired a replacement for ceramics, and she has started last week. And she's doing a great job. She also is a jewelry maker and has had jewelry at Crystal Bridges. And so she has a studio aside from being a ceramics teacher. And so we are still in search of a science teacher, but we are continually interviewing for that.
Okay, great, excellent. All right, do we have any comments from the public? Nope, okay, nobody wants. So I guess we really can skip number 6 because there's not enough of us to approve any
No.
minutes.
The only thing is, can you touch on, not enrollment, but applications, new applications? Do we have,
So we've got we're a little bit below on our lottery registrations, but what will be a huge benefit are the school tours that we've got scheduled. So as, who alluded to that, we've got Aaron, Amy, Pam, and someone else in charge. Ty. They are collaborating and they're developing those tour events. And so we've got 47, almost 50 for elementary, and then we're touring around here. We've got that social media out, and Ty has pushed that out into the Hispanic community. So we're excited about that. We probably have more increased interest in our arts programming than in the past, which is additionally fantastic. So I think we're at a pretty good shape.
remind me of the lottery date again, February
February the 24th, I believe.
Oh, that sounds good.
The last, I think it's the Friday, the last,
We're having a busy day on today.
yeah.
And when do returning or current families indicate that they're coming back?
We will send that out, probably the beginning of February, so that's
Okay.
coming up.
That'll help kind of
Yeah,
round out where
we'll
we're
have,
at.
be able to know what spots we have available and open. But
Thanks.
Okey-doke. Number 7, new business. Anybody got anything? The only thing I feel like I should bring up is that we have now lost Jenna Evans as a board member due to some family circumstances. So we probably need to put out a call for applications to join the board so that we can recruit them ASAP. So Allison, can you maybe send that out this week?
I'll send that out. And one of the things that I'm gonna have on the agenda for when we meet in February is how the board wants to define alumni moving forward, because that is one of the current parents or alumni. And do we mean alumni as a graduate?
Or parent of an alumni.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yes. So we need to define what alumni means, just for our own policy's sake.
Okay. So our next board meeting should be on Valentine's Day, unless y'all want to change that. And so if we could maybe set a deadline for applications, maybe like by the 6th of February, so that we have adequate time to review them. And then maybe invite anyone who is interested in the next meeting if they would like to speak.
Okay.
When you send out that information, can you please note that we don't currently have the spot filled by the person that can be from the community.
Okay.
So the spot that is available can be filled by a community member as well.
That's fantastic. I think us being able to reach out to some of our community partners would be a great asset to the board.
Yes.
All righty, any other new business? All right, do we have any reason to go to executive session? Anybody?
Not unless you do.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay, we can't actually vote, can we?
No,
Never mind.
nope.
You just stay here forever.
But we're gonna let you leave. So thank you for joining us tonight. And we will